Unless you've been in a cave for the past 10 years or uh, uh, just refuse to watch the news or look at your local TV news offerings, I'm going to shed light on something that I've been saying for several months now, over a year. KGO Television, ABC7, they call themselves. I call them Circle 7. That's the only lineage they have from the past. Another legacy station, absolutely besmirched, nothing like its original self. They're owned by Disney, and Disney rules its TV news stations. They don't look for people who are the most talented. They don't hire based on value and real talent. They hire based on who checks the boxes. And they've got robots, zombies working at Channel 7 here locally on the Embarcadero at 900 Front. It's a absolute mess. People that are there know it. I know it. Even the ones in denial over there at 900 Front know it. They're zombies. What do I mean by that? They go in, they do their job for the most part, and they have no emotion whatsoever. They've hired people, has Disney, from outside the market. Every day you see a new reporter. I have not watched Channel 7 that much lately. I only watch every now and then to make sure what I'm saying is right. And it is, unfortunately. And I've commented, even the people that have been there a while. And some of these people are really good and they're solid and they stay on because of the way the industry is these days with certain realities, fiscal realities, and the way the business is going. I know a few people over there at Channel 7 who are superb. If they had their way, they'd be out of there and working somewhere else, or at least somewhere else in the market, if not outside the market. Because Channel 7 is a woke run amok. That's what it is. And I'm not necessarily anti woke, but in a way I am. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but it has taken over our culture. It has taken over the world, at least here in the United States, and it is overtaken basic common sense. And when it affects news stations, when it affects news presentations, and when the only reason why they're hiring people is based on what they look like, their gender, their sexual orientation, and not, oh my God, talent, then you got a problem. And they have a problem at Channel 7, which used to be a hallmark, another legacy station in the Bay Area that once had Van Amberg and Peter Giddings and people like Russ Coughlin and good, solid people, Michael Finney, John O'Reilly, Don Sanchez, Rico Chacon, all of these people. Now, some of these people have retired, gone their separate ways. But now it's all a bunch of people with no emotion, no passion. Everything is manufactured when they show some degree of laughter. They can't interview, they can't do ad libbing. And that includes you, Mr. Dan Ashley, who can read a teleprompter very good and very solidly. Can Dan Ashley. But he's one of the zombies. And I say zombies, people just show up, do their job, and that's about it. They don't leave any kind of indelible mark. It's all do your gig and get the hell out. And there are really solid people behind the scenes at KGO Television, but they are in the minority. Some good people, some really, really solid people. And you want to know how Disney takes care of these quote solid people, and they are. They're still putting them on a day-to-day hire basis. These are part-timers. And while some of them prefer it that way because they have side gigs, most of them do not. Disney is in the business of basically reaching out to the check the boxes people. Talent, that's a separate deal. And it is so reflective. You watch the Channel 7 zombies, and that's what they are. Now, folks, I want to just say this unequivocally. The reporters are vanilla. The news presentation is absolutely dreck. You have to have people that are passionate, or at least feel passionate, or at least fake it and show some passion. And all these people do, not all of them, but all they do is go in, they read a teleprompter. The reporters, who the hell knows? There's a few left. They got rid of a guy 33 years. Still no explanation as to what happened. They obviously fired him and let him go because he showed signs of age. I'm talking about Michael Finney, the consumer editor, anchor. Just disappears one day. No explanation whatsoever. Not that they're going to come out and say anything. Finney was getting too old. And Finney was white and he was a man. But just to disappear one day and he's gone. So again, they concentrate on looks, they concentrate on ethnicity, they care more about Asian and black and white. Well, not really white. Not that they should. Look, folks, I'm all in the spirit and theory about DIY and all that. Or is it DEI? I forget. There's so many goddamn different hiring strategies these days. But these people that they bring out of the market, they have no identity in the Bay Area. They have no connection. They're here because they fulfill a certain demo, an attribute. And they're not even good at that. They have no passion, I keep saying, because you have to have some element of passion to exist. And all Channel 7 is right now is a smorgasbord of people and ethnicities and genders and all that, and capability and originality and creativity is at the bottom of the list. They don't have any emotion. I keep mentioning this. It's an apt description. Do you remember that movie way back when? The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Donald Sutherland? That's what they remind me of. These are people that I was almost going to say no talent. Oh, some of them do have talent. They just don't show any emotion. And they bring people in outside the market who are there to serve a purpose and to tell all, even when they're not supposed to tell all, and snitch. There's no Bay Area identity, which, by the way, this day and age is not so fantastic, but you get what I'm saying. Channel 7, I have never seen such a colossal amount of people that are wonder bred and passionless. Woke, run amok. That's what it is. Talent is secondary, third tier. And that goes for the alleged news director, the vice president. She could not lead a hooker to a bachelor party. She has no cojones, female-wise, otherwise. She has no chops. They'd laugh at her any other market. She survives here because it's part of the Disney formula. What a disgusting, absolute, total abomination that is Channel 7 these days. And they wear the Circle 7 lapel. They ought to take it away and put it aside. That used to mean something. That used to be a badge of honor, so to speak. No longer. Disney is interested in labels and tags and nothing meaty, nothing substantive like news chops and news acumen and news savvy. Like I said, they have a few people working behind the scenes, and they have good people who are unfortunately mired with the rest of the dreck, though. Then they have even superb people who go there just to show up and get the hell out and retire or take a early retirement offer so they can leave. Because that's how Disney treats their workforce these days, at least in the news division, and at least at the local owned and operated stations like ABC7 that used to be KGO-TV, that used to have really solid people. And nowadays, home for the zombies, the people that have no emotion and are there to fulfill their job requirements and get the hell out. When they leave at 5 o'clock, it's 5:01 at the latest and 4:59, and they open that door and just escape. Shame on you, ABC7. Not all of you. There are really, really solid reporters, a couple of anchors. That's about it. The rest, Drek personified.